Hello! Today we're going to be taking a look at the new additions to the Erin Condren and EttaVee collaboration collection. I'm super excited to show you the new stuff, but if you're new here, my name is Taff. I'm a planner addict, sticker designer, and cat mom at 𝗀𝗀𝗏 and 𝗀𝗏𝗏. Feel free to check out my channel if any of those things sound good to you. With that, let's just go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes of the video. Here we go, the Erin Condren and EttaVee collaboration website. I love her style. It's kind of funny because I'm not usually a huge person for bright colors, especially in how I dress, but these just like really speak to me. And if you're unfamiliar, 𝗫𝗫, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, is the American-born artist behind this company. It's named after her two grandmothers, and I think she lives in France. I mean, it says French-based. So I absolutely love that. This is also hand-painted, and I think everything is physical and not digital. I know at least some of it's physical, and we'll be able to see because we'll be able to see the brush strokes. I also think that Erin Condren is missing a huge opportunity by not necessarily promoting her as a Black artist that they're collaborating with, especially because they do have other, collections, Black Heritage Month, Latina Heritage Month. Anyway, that's just a me thing. I'm also about as pale white as you can get, so maybe I'm missing something. Anyway, these are the 3 new arrivals, and then later down the page, this one gets marked as a new arrival, but we're just gonna be looking at these 3, and we're actually gonna start with my favorite one. As I usually like to do, we are gonna dig in and just kind of look at these designs close up. What's really interesting, I personally find, is that this is the only one of the 3 new designs that does not specifically say it's metallic, but this looks pretty darn gold metallic to me. So I don't know if it is not actual metallic or if it is just imaged and it's not real metallic. I could probably look at the prices and figure it out pretty quickly, so I was gonna ask you to remind me to do that when we go back out, but obviously this is pre-recorded. Can you tell I'm used to doing live streams? By the way, if you are interested in any of my planner live streams, go ahead and check out my channel. We talk about planners, planner news, plan with me's, all the things. Anyway, so this one is called In the Flow, and I can definitely see like the waves, but what it really reminds me of, specifically before I saw the title, was a geode design with all of the layers and the circles and the swirls. And I know geodes aren't necessarily like as big now, but I still think they're absolutely gorgeous. And I mean, that's really what this says to me. It's a colorful geode cover. And I mean that like in the best way ever, because I think geodes are gorgeous, which is part of the reason why they were popular. Anyway, I mentioned earlier that we'd be able to see the brush strokes. Here, it's a little bit more of the canvas texture that's coming through, which I just think is absolutely gorgeous. I'm not sure, I don't think this one has as much as you being able to like see the paint, like where the paint's thicker and like textured on it as some of the other ones, but I still absolutely love that canvas texture. And as things are moving towards a lot of artists doing digital art, which by the way, there's absolutely nothing wrong with, I personally find myself appreciating the things that are unique to physical art that much more, like that canvas texture, like what it looks like when you build up that paint or have a little blob of paint on there and what kind of effect it gives. And to me, that just makes the 2 mediums that much more different and beautiful and unique. So that's something that I absolutely love about how these were imaged. I could see an argument in some cases for some of the texture to be blurred out. I don't know if that's something that's done or anything, but I could see some people maybe wanting to do that, seeing the canvas texture as an imperfection, but I think it's just that much more gorgeous and beautiful. So anyway, I just absolutely, I love this. I love this so much. I like her use of bright colors juxtaposed with the darker colors as well as the light ones, so it really is poppy. It does have a lot going on, but to me it doesn't feel busy because you have a lot of the colors and lines following the same shapes. To me, it looks unified in a way that, as I said, doesn't look busy and is just absolutely gorgeous. And by the way, these designs are available on planners, but also on notebooks and other things that Erin Condren offers. And if you're unfamiliar with how the Erin Condren covers work, most of them, they are interchangeable, they're laminated, and you can just pop them off and pop them back on. So you could also get these designs as standalone covers, and that, in fact, if you already have all the planners and notebooks you need, is probably a good way to go, because Erin Condren is not cheap, even though I absolutely love the designs and the quality and all that sort of thing. By the way, since Erin Condren isn't cheap, if you are looking to make a purchase, I do have a coupon code in the description box down below for $10 off your first purchase. And then I believe you can also get 15% off for signing up for their text list. There's a link in the description box down below for that as well. I am an Erin Condren affiliate, and if you use my links, I do make a small commission. Just so you're aware of all that good stuff. All right, let's go ahead and go back and look at the next one. I mentioned that these two specifically say they're metallic. This one is a leopard print. And oh man, this is probably my favorite leopard print ever. I like animal prints. I'm definitely not, I don't consider myself an animal print person or anything like that, but for me, the fact that this is almost like an abstract animal print just really elevates it and brings it like above and beyond, and to me just makes it that much more visually interesting. There's nothing wrong with normal animal print designs, but you see a lot of them, and a lot of them are fairly similar, even if they have slight stylistic differences. I even think I have a leopard cover from Erin Condren, so, you know, obviously I have nothing wrong with animal print, but what Jesse's done here to kind of make it a little bit more abstract, add a little bit more personality to it, I just absolutely love that. I also love her use of yellow that makes it really bright, and I'm specifically pointing that out because I'm not usually a huge fan of yellow. Yellow and orange are kind of the colors I get real picky about. Green a little bit too. But anyway, I absolutely love the way she's used the yellow, the way she's used the pinks and the blues, and then the dark blue, all on the off-white background. It just makes everything pop and just oh so gorgeous to me. I absolutely love this cover design. And one thing I didn't mention previously is that a lot of the colors that Jessie uses go very nicely with the quote-unquote standard Erin Condren colors, as shown in the tabs on the planners right here. They do vary a little bit, these standard colors. Sometimes they're a little brighter, darker, lighter, whatever, but the color palettes that Jessie uses tend to go very well with that. I'm not familiar with EttaVee outside of Erin Condren, so I cannot specifically speak to if that was a stylistic choice for this collaboration or if that happens to be her style in general, but I did want to specifically mention that as well. Let's go ahead and go back and look at the last one. And by the way, you can, as I mentioned earlier, you can tell, or things that are metallic on the Erin Condren website tend to be a little bit more. And this one is not quite as much as the other two for the Life Planner, since that's what's at the top of the page and what I'm looking at. So I'd be very interested to know if this actually is metallic or if that very striking gold on there is just like photographic realism gold. I don't know. Very, very interesting. Last, we have the metallic Spring Life Planner. Oh, by the way, speaking of metallic, the last one, it had what I think is holographic foil in like little spots. It wasn't a ton, but there was like a little bit. It was pretty. Kind of the way some of like these accents are in this design, except obviously a little bit more leather print. Anyway, here we have the metallic Spring Life Planner, or, you know, cover design, whatever. I do want to point out the irony of the fact that I believe this released like late July, August, and it's called a metallic spring cover. Nothing wrong with that, nothing wrong with this design, but I just find, you know, the irony, seeing as both EttaVee and Erin Condren are based in the US, and it's very much summer here. Anyway, this one is one that you can really see those brush strokes, and here, I'm not sure if you can see it, but you can kind of see here as well where there's a little bit more paint here. I will say I'm not the best at being able to tell by sight what kind of paint is what. It's been a long time since I've done any painting, My gut is telling me this is oil. I could be completely off. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. Has the rose gold foil. I will also mention, if you are not familiar with Erin Condren's personalization, that you can choose to personalize your covers. You can also change the color of the foil on your planners or notebooks if that is something that you're interested in. This one of the three is my least favorite, though, not because there's actually anything wrong with it. It's just the color palette specifically is not so much my cup of tea. I mentioned earlier that I'm a little weird about greens, and I tend to like blues along with purples and pinks more than greens. Again, that is a personal preference for me personally. I think I like the contrast, and I mean, there are definitely some non-blue and green things in this cover, but for that reason, this is not my favorite as much as the other two. But I really do like the way it is very abstract, but the way the specific colors are placed, as well as the foil and in little speckles, very much is evoking like the floral, like when everything starts to bloom and you start to, you know, see the color and not just the greens that are going on in nature. I just think that is absolutely gorgeous. Again, it's pretty, not my personal favorite, but that is due to color choice and a personal thing. But yeah, those are the three new covers. Let me just really quickly show you the other designs that are in the Erin Condren EttaVee collection. This one is the one that I said down below in the planner cover portion is saying that it is new, but up here it's not, so I don't know what's going on with that. We also have some petals. We have this one. This is the cover that I have personally, and some other designs. And I really like that there's a mix between floral and not floral, even though everything is very bright, because Erin Condren does tend to be very floral and very girly because that's their target audience. But I do like that there's a little bit of variation, so there's a little something for everyone, even if you're not a huge floral person. I tend to personally, again, be picky about my florals, so I appreciate that. And then these designs are offered in many different things, like teacher planners, monthly planners, notebooks, accessories like snap-in bookmarks, and sticky notes. Here are the covers. Here's where it says new arrival. Again, don't know. We also have a pencil case as well as some planner folios. These mini snap-in bookmarks, by the way, absolutely gorgeous. And if you're wanting to add some EttaVee spark to your planning every day, I highly recommend the snap-in bookmarks. I love Erin Condren snap-in bookmarks, and these are my current favorites. Unfortunately, they are sold out, but it looks like they're going to be back soon. Speaking of getting these products though, I also do want to mention, and I might have already been screamed at in the comments, these items, as far as I'm aware, are only available in the US, and that is due to licensing. I do not know the specifics behind that, but I do know that Erin Condren is only licensed to sell these items in the US. I hope that it is available worldwide in future, but right now, as of filming this, as far as I'm aware, they are only available in the US. If you are outside the US, maybe see if you have a friend in the US who can help you out, or check resale sites like eBay, Mercari, things like that. Maybe someone is looking to declutter their planner stock so they can get some new stuff, and you can get your hands on some products that are not usually available in your country. By the way, we also have stationery, stickers, cards, all that good stuff. I figured I should probably actually scroll down to the bottom of the page. I want to know from you guys, though, what you think of the EttaVee collection as a whole, as well as these new additions. Please let me know in the comments down below. Before I let you go, I also want to address something for anybody who watches me on a regular basis and might be a little bit confused, because I know that I've also talked about this on a live stream. As of right now, I actually haven't done the live stream yet, but I'm going to. For the past few months, I've only been doing live streams, but I am running a little experiment where I am putting up a pre-recorded video and a live stream on the same topic, and I just want to see kind of how they do, to see if I need to start incorporating pre-recorded videos. So if you have a preference between pre-recorded videos and live streams, let me know. The live streams, I will say, are a lot of fun, do not remain quite as on topic, but we do get to chat. It is very much like audience participation, and we embrace the tangent there, partially because I have ADHD and a lot of my audience does, and partially because it's just fun and it's going to be hard to talk about the EttaVee new designs for like an hour or two. So feel free to check those out on my channel as well. I also want to thank you so much for watching and joining me here today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!